Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season if you were celebrating Christmas. This is a channel, remember, where we try to simplify healing, manifestation, and spirituality. So today I want to talk about something, and it's to do with Neville Goddard, and it's to do with faith. Now, watch the end of this, because this is literally how I changed my life. And now you can change your life in 2024 by following this simple advice. So before we go into it, please do like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you find the video helpful. The other thing is I have 2 challenges running, and they're starting on Monday. I have the Abundance Challenge, where we've got a great group of people ready to go. And I've got the Healing Challenge, where we have a fantastic group of people who are ready to change their lives. Do you want to join in? Check out the comments in the descriptions. If not, you can join the free Facebook group, The Healing Circle, which is linked in the description too. So guys, let's go into this. What am I talking about when I talk about faith? You see, faith is something that is spoken about a lot. We're told about it a lot. You've got to have faith in the unseen, faith in the unknown, step into the unknown. All of these things from Joe Dispenza and Neville Goddard and every great teacher is talking about faith at the end of the day. But the thing is like, how can I have faith if I've never really experienced it? And faith obviously is something that you can just decide to have, but there is a simpler option too. And I want to teach you how I grew in faith. I grew in faith, and that then in turn started to help me to now manifest more and more and more. And everything just now I get to sit in this simple place of faith and expectancy. Now, firstly, before I teach you how to do it, let's talk about faith and expectancy. There's something lovely about the idea that all my needs are met. You know, this is a sentence that I repeat regularly. All my needs are met at every moment of time, point of space. That is direct from Joseph Murphy. Many of you who like Neville Goddard will know that. That means that I never have to be concerned about what is happening in the physical world, because I know that it will be leading me to have my needs met. Do you get where I'm coming from here? So there is no need to fear any of this. There's no need to be concerned about any of this. So how do we grow in that faith though? And you can use this same advice to live in the assumption of the wish fulfilled too. Because what happens is we're going to go through life. Life doesn't always just flow in this most natural, beautiful way. Even Neville Goddard talks about how he would see a friend of his gainfully employed, but he would and getting a pay rise, but he's losing his job. He loses his job in the meantime. How are you supposed to grow in faith if that happens? Well, here's what you do. You grow in faith by making yourself just regulate your emotional state of being, not allowing the outside world to have an effect on that state of being. You do it by becoming the observer. You start to observe the emotion. Now, we'll go into detail on how to do that. But how you grow in faith is that you start to make it about how you feel. You know, when I say feel, I mean just a contentment. You know, because we've spoken about this in my other videos. The law of assumption is actually the law of acceptance. You know, I assume that I have it already, so I feel the contentment and the acceptance of the fact. So how do I grow in faith? Then obviously what I need to do is realize that I should stop making it about the fruition of my goal and make it about how I feel now instead. So when I change my life financially in an abundance way, I was just so at the end of my tether with nothing in the bank, a father of 3, not being able to provide, not being able to do anything for them, really, you know, and always fearful, never present. So I was like, I've had enough of feeling this way. So what we do is I grew in faith by making it about the feeling. And now the interesting thing is I started to feel good. And I will show you a little touch of how to do that, but I just started to feel better. And here's the thing is, once I started to feel better and I held on to that sense of ease and peace and flow and started to create that in my life, I started to feel better. Then what happened is, over the weeks, not a lot changed for a couple of weeks, but I started to continue to feel better about myself and better about life. What happened was I started to see small reflections of what I wanted coming into my experience. And this was the amazing thing. Because I was seeing these reflections and these experiences coming, I started to grow in faith that what I was doing was enough. Do you see what I mean? So then I was given a solid foundation and almost a scientific knowing that what I was doing was having an effect. And I'm going to explain it. So what I used to do is I used to notice how I felt. Then I used to want to detach from that feeling and just observe it. You know, when you detach from the feeling, it then doesn't have any power over you. You start to recognize that it is just a sensation. It is meaningless in a sense. It is just the body having a physical response to a thought. And I was like, well, I'm just not going to engage in that response then. And what that does is that detaches you from it. That means that energy, that sort of thrust doesn't then overtake my body and lead me into the next stage with that feeling. So now the feeling is just a sensation and I can observe it and I can relax and release and let it go. What happens from there then is I come to this place of ease, this feeling of peace, the river of peace. And on top of that, now I can lay an intention. So again, now I intend and I start to accept this intention of what I want. Now, my intention at the time was divine peace, divine love. I'm where I'm meant to be, doing what I love. I'm infinitely prospered, infinitely blessed, with a long list of wonderful clients wanting to work with me. And guess what? After a few weeks, I started to see a reflection of this. But in the meantime, in between, I was never making it about the outcome. You see, you make it about how you feel, and then the outcome will then start to change it. You see, and when I say feeling, I'm not forcing you to feel gratitude. I'm actually asking you to deal with the negative emotions. You see, it is known now that your job is not to always be positive, but it's to just be less negative. And that's crazy. I love that concept because now you know that you do not have to forcibly try and feel gratitude. You do not have to forcibly try and make anything happen. It is all about overcoming the negativity and aligning back to an ease and a knowing and a trust. So what happens is I start to teach myself faith by doing that. Because trust, what is faith but trust and ease in the unknown? You know? So I start to see a reflection of that in the physical reality. What happens next? I am now buzzing. So I started to get bookings. I took some quiet action, changed up my website a bit, started to get bookings to the point now where I'm pretty much fully booked every week. And it's crazy concept to me because it was like, wow, that makes sense now. That really makes sense that all this time I've been taught that make it about how you feel. But I always thought is that I had to feel so much intense gratitude and love and lift my awareness and raise my vibration. But actually all I had to do is let go of the emotions that were controlling me. Then from there I started to grow in faith and expectancy. And now it's like this. I have a faith and expectancy that this year, my mission to change the world and have an effect on over 10,000 lives. You know, we're at 25,000 subscribers, which is amazing. But you know, I mean, in a real physical way, I want to change 10,000 lives. How's that going to happen? I do not know. But I promise you this, I will sit and I will never let my emotions waver. I will bring myself back to alignment, which is peace, harmony, and expectancy. And I will just take the gentle required action from there. What are you going to do in 2024? Are you going to take this advice? Are you going to start to apply it to your life? Apply it to your life. This video alone could change your life if you apply it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next one. And please do like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon. Take care.